Hello children, hope you are all doing great. Today my topic is one of the most important values, compassion. Compassion motivates people to go out of their way to relieve the physical, mental or emotional pains of others and themselves. Compassion is often regarded as being sensitive to the emotional aspects of the suffering of others and sometimes forgives people of their shortcomings. Our motherland is filled with compassionate people who have helped several. The compassionate 82-year Kishore Rao has helped 23,000 plus terminally ill people live their last days in dignity and peace. The help provided to them is completely free of charge, whether for bed, medicines, counseling or the food they provide, whether rich or poor, belonging to any caste or religion, all patients are accepted. Over the last 2 decades, Kishore Rao has been instrumental in providing peace and solace to over 20,000 cancer patients in their final days through Bangalore Hospice Trust Karunashraya, possibly India's first residential palliative care center for the terminally ill. Kishore Rao states, the genesis of this entire thing stems from a personal loss. My mother passed away from cancer many years ago and it stayed somewhere in my head. It was with that intent that I started working towards providing support and palliative care to the terminally ill cancer patients. Kishore Rao realized that this was his true calling. Way back in 1986, Kishore Rao was instrumental in setting up the Indian Cancer Society ICS Karnataka branch, primarily to create awareness about the disease. Whenever Kishore Rao could take time off from his corporate job, he not only created awareness about cancer and organized early screening camps, but also helped people who needed care the most. In 1992, Kishore Rao decided to dedicate himself to caring for those ailing from last cancer stage. He took voluntary retirement after 3 decades of corporate roles. In 1992, there was no organized effort to focus on palliative care, and Kishore Rao says that he had no support from the government. It took me till 1994 to identify people who could help deal with patients in the last stages of cancer. With the help of Indian Cancer Society and the Rotary Club of Indiranagar in Bangalore, Mr. Rao floated a public charitable trust called the Bangalore Hospice Trust, which the Rao says was the first such trust in India. Compassion for his mother's health moves this man to create Karunashraya. Another inspiring story from our motherland, from behavioral and music therapy to horticulture and vocational training, this inspiring Kerala woman, Jolly Johnson, is training the students with the help of 12,000 youth volunteers from across different colleges in the state. Jolly Johnson, the founder of Helping Hands organization, H2O, based in Kerala, knew the exact moment where she heard her calling. Jolly recalls, I still remember my first visit to an old age home. I met an old woman from Uttar Pradesh who took me in her arms and started crying. She said that I reminded her of her daughter. I didn't know that this moment would be the beginning of some of the major decisions in my life. One of the decisions was to start an organization to help children with disabilities and on the autism spectrum. H2O has so far helped over 2,000 students with autism and has a network of 12,000 youth volunteers conducting various skill development programs for children with disabilities. Because of the constant desire to help out people, soon after completing her 10th grade, Jolly started taking tuition classes for underprivileged students. But her acts of compassion didn't stop her there. Even during her college days, Jolly would visit senior citizens on weekends at the Santwana Old Age Home at Vettutura and deliver essentials to them. Jolly was also a very active member of several organizations during her college days like Mahila Mandiram and the Rotary Club of Thiruvananthapuram, through which she received opportunity to become a part of innumerable awareness programs and fundraising drives. Soon after graduating college, Jolly got a job at ICICI Bank, but in a few months she had to quit job because of her mother fell ill and had to help her full time. It was during that time that Jolly decided to start a daycare for special children to make the most of her time at home. Jolly started doing a lot of research on special schools to get a better understanding of the kind of attention and care autistic children require. This was when Dr. M.K.C. Nair, a family friend, suggested that Jolly set up a learning center and skill development center for children with autism. This was the beginning of Helping Hand organization H2O. The aim of H2O is to create a platform for specially challenged children to attain a sense of independence through various skill development programs. So children, see how the beauty of compassion has brought smiles on so many people with these initiatives. You have compassion with you, you can develop a lot of initiatives for people around. Wishing you all a compassion-filled and a loving days ahead. Jai Ho, Jai Hind.